Alright, what's going on, y'all? It's Mr. Cheap Sense back one more time. First video just uploaded of the Creed Himalaya fragrance that I wore earlier today. And I heard you guys yesterday when you kept saying that my video quality of my top 5 fragrances that I love from one fragrance house, the quality of the video was shitty as hell. I went back, I listened to it. I saw some of the spots where it was fading in and out or whatever, or sounded crackly or whatever the case may be. And I think it was due to me recording that video after I had just did another one, and it was uploading at the same time, and I didn't have it on airplane mode. So whatever the case may be, it probably was just reacting like that. So what I will do is right now I'm going to redo the video I did yesterday because I deleted it, and I'm adding a separate fragrance line. I have 5 other fragrances that I want to throw in there. So actually you're getting about 13 fragrances in this next video. So without further ado, I don't want to drag this out too long. Here are my 2 fragrance houses that I love and the fragrances from those houses. First up, the house of Perry Ellis. Honorable mention is gonna go to, I think this is Reserve. Yeah. Nice citrus kind of fragrance. Good for spring and summer. Not bad. This is the honorable mention from Perry Ellis. I like this one a lot. The performance on it is not bad. Perry Ellis fragrances are not the best in the world. Some of them are pretty good. The ones I have, actually, to me, are pretty good. Projection on this one in particular is probably about an hour, hour and a half. Longevity probably somewhere around the 3.5 hour mark, 4 hours, something like that. It's not too bad if you're looking for something inexpensive and you're not sure about certain fragrances and you see this one, grab this one. It's not bad at all. So that's my honorable mention. Alright, so at the number 5 spot, this is, I can't even remember what the hell this one is. I don't have the box, but it's from the 360 collection. And if you see this one, it sounded like somebody was either sneezing or throwing up next door, but whatever. I want to say this is Noir. I think this is Noir. Yeah, this is Noir. So, not a bad fragrance. A little spicy. I think this one can be pulled off spring and summer indoors, but I would mostly probably wear this one in the cooler weather, mostly fall. I wouldn't do winter. I don't think it's strong enough, but you might be able to, depending on what climate you live in. So 360 Noir. I can't even remember which one this was. But this is another one. I think this is Perry Ellis 360 Black. Yeah, this is black. Now this one is not as close to Noir, but this is a dark, kind of spicy, tobacco-y type smell. It kind of puts me in the mind of Bentley Momentum, or Bentley Intense, I should say. You get that kind of tobacco-y type note, and it's coming back to me now. I'm sorry, guys, if I sound like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So, Reserve was the first honorable mention. Noir was this one. This is black. Damn good fragrance. I actually like this one better than Noir. If you're looking for something that is similar to Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male, Perry Ellis 360 White. I actually was not a big fan of Le Male. To me, it just smells like a dated fragrance. This one has a little bit, to me, more character, even though it's a little cheaper in brand. I know a lot of people aren't big on Perry Ellis, except for my #1 fragrance, but it is what it is. But I still think Perry Ellis 360 White is great. You get this nice looking bottle, as are the rest of them, but this is a bigger one. It's white, a little see-through. It is what it is. One of my favorites was this guy. This is Perry Ellis M. If you like sweet, gourmandish type fragrances, shit, I haven't sprayed this one in a while. Kind of gourmandish type fragrances, you need to get your hands on this one. It kind of puts me in the mind frame of Versace Man a little bit. That sweet, syrupy type fragrance. I love this one. I don't wear it as much as I used to, but I will this upcoming fall give it some wearings. As you can see, in the past I did, but excuse me, not much. And last but not least, the one everybody knows about. If you know about AQUA di Gio, then you have heard somebody somewhere say that Perry Ellis 360 Red is an excellent alternative to AQUA di Gio. And this one has a little bit of a twist to it because it is slightly spicy, but it's damn good. Performance on this is probably a little better than the actual AQUA di Gio, which is why I went out and got this one. And as you can see, I used to wear a lot of this one, but not as much anymore because I have AQUA di Gio, and I just wanted to get it in my system and not feel like an outcast because I was the only one who didn't have AQUA di Gio or who has never smelled AQUA di Gio. So that's it for the Perry Ellis line. Now, the one I did yesterday was from the house of Versace. And my first honorable mention is Versace Homme. If you know anything about Versace Homme and me, you know this fragrance gave me fits. I didn't like it. It smelled like a pissy ass mattress in the opening, and I took it back, and you guys told me, hey, Mr. Cheap Sense, you need to give it a second chance. Wait for the far dry down, because that's where the magic happens. And I don't know what the hell. It smells kind of like Puff the Magic Dragon had to piss, and somebody stood underneath him and he pissed in this bottle, and they put a cap on it, an atomizer on it. But I will say that the dry down did turn out to be kind of nice. It does still smell dated, but it has like a nice vanilla type vibe to it, and that's why I still have it in the collection. So I haven't worn it much. I worn it once maybe, and that was it. So that's my first honorable mention from the house of Versace. The second one is another one that I've heard Big Beard Business and some others say that it smells dated. And yes, it does smell dated. I can't deny that. But it's actually not bad. I think you get like lavender and some other notes in this. It's not really that bad to me. This is not one that you wear every day. You have to find like a special occasion, a wedding, or you know, bar mitzvah or something like that, that you could wear this to. But it's not that bad. But anyway, I would much rather wear this one over Versace Homme any day if I had to choose between the two. So those are my two honorable mentions. At the number 5 spot for Versace is Versace Man. Now, a lot of people only really talk about Man Old Fresh. I really have never really honestly heard a lot of people talk about Versace Man, not even to have in their fall or winter list. Maybe one or two people. I know Joy talked about this. I think Big Beard Business talked about it, and maybe one or two other reviewers, but for the most part, nobody really mentions this one. I wanted to try it. I was going to buy it, but it was high as hell. So this guy from Miami did a trade with me. He said it never really gets cold in Miami, and he has no use for this. And we swapped out, and I ended up with this. And I like it. It's a tobacco-y type scent. Very masculine, very strong. And I'm looking forward to giving this a wear this fall and winter. Next up, one that gets a lot of hate these days. I know Jeremy Fragrance talked about this one a lot. And I remember because I remember him spinning this top around in the video that he did. This is Versace Arrows. This one gets hate because it's a super sweet type fragrance, more for clubbing, not for everyday wear for some people. Versace Arrows Flame came out and everybody jumped on that bandwagon because it smelled like a toned down version of this one, in which I was disappointed in Flame because with the name Flame, you would think it would have some kind of kick, some kind of spice to it, and I didn't get that when I smelled it. So I do like Versace Arrows a lot, and despite what other people say, I'm going to rock it, especially this fall and maybe some in the winter because it's a little bit too cloying for summer and spring. Next up is the one I call my roach spray fragrance from Versace, and that is Man Old Fresh. This one has starfruit in it, and I think that maybe what's turning it for me could be my body chemistry with this one. That's making it smell like that. I know one other subscriber said he got a similar vibe. Other people around me say that this smells great coming off of me, and all day all I get is roach spray, Raid roach spray at that. But I would buy another bottle of this if this one ran out, but right now it doesn't seem like it's going down fast enough. So if I can find a bigger bottle, even a big partial bottle, I'll be cool with that. So at the number 4 spot, Man Old Fresh. Or number 3 spot, number 2 is Versace Dillon Blue. Dillon Blue falls into that same category with fragrances like Bleu de Chanel, Dior Sauvage, Bulgari, Atlantique, stuff like that, that has that ambroxany type smell to it, that sharpness to it. This is where that falls in. Do not overspray with this one though, because this will choke the living hell out of somebody if you overspray. I oversprayed while I was picking up my kids and they almost couldn't stand it, and I haven't worn it since, but I will give it some wearing coming up soon. This is kind of versatile. Just don't overspray, like I said. Versace Dillon Blue. And last but not least is my absolute favorite from the house of Versace. Clean, fresh Versace Pour Homme. If you just want an everyday signature scent, here it is. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. Yes, some people will say the performance is not that good on it. It doesn't last long for some people. But on me, I got mad compliments when I wore this one, even over Dillon Blue. And then some people think Dillon Blue is a better fragrance than Pour Homme, but in my case, I like this better. This ever runs out or gets low, I will be purchasing another bottle of this one for sure. Versace Pour Homme is not a bad fragrance whatsoever. So if you get a chance to get your hands on this one, please pick it up. I know around the holidays you can find some of these fragrances in gift sets, such as Dillon Blue, Pour Homme, Old Fresh. Arrows actually was in a gift set when I bought it last year. Keep your eyes open. If you don't have these fragrances, of course, around Christmas time, those gift sets are going to be a little expensive. But if you can hold out until after Christmas when they mark everything down on clearance and get there in time, you can find these gift sets if people don't steal the fragrances out of them. Because I got a lot of that last year. I opened up some boxes to see if everything was in it, and the colognes were missing, but the aftershave and the shower gel or whatever was in there with it were still there. But anyway, hope you guys can hear this video clearly. Hope you guys enjoy, and gals, enjoy both these houses. I know Perry Ellis is not probably going to get that much like or that much love, but I actually like the house of Perry Ellis a lot. And the house of Versace is not bad either. They have some solid fragrances. You just have to be willing to be open to certain things. I know some of this stuff is not going to be for everybody. Some of this stuff has been around for a little while and probably is dated. It's not going to compete with all of the Sauvages and the Chanels and all this other Dior fragrances of the world today. But there are people out there like me who do still appreciate these fragrances. So give them a shot. Don't let people deter you from trying some of these fragrances just because they're niche snobs or whatever you want to call it. Ultimately, it's your decision to like or buy whatever it is you want to buy. We're just here to guide you guys and let you know what some of the notes are. Even though I don't do note breakdowns, we can tell you whether it's something is good or bad in our own personal opinion. But at the end of the day, it's still ultimately, like I said before, up to you. I am out of here, guys. Here is one of each to Smelling Great. I'm out. Peace.